Where's my chat? Anybody's joined. I'm just trying to get the chat going. Normally it just pops up for me, but I'm not seeing it, so I just need to find it real quick in my settings. Apologies for that. Page filters. New start virtual studio mode settings. Ah, chat. There we go. All right. Got the chat up and running so I can see if anybody's typing to us. Just me right now. I'll wait a few minutes for people to get going, but sorry. So if you're watching this video after it was recorded, I just got off of doing a bunch of shifts and I wanted to get this stream going. So you saw me just fumbling through settings there to get things going, but I believe we're in a good state now. Let me see about this up a little bit without it being too much on camera. Get a little better view. There we go. Regardless of whether people show up in the chat here in the next few minutes, I'm going to get going. So just start talking through this half case, how we got it, what might be in there, and we'll go from there. And maybe some people will be in here by the time that happens. So there is a Midwest home improvement company called Menards, and they have when I first started collecting, and I also have a bit of a cold. You probably hear that, so I may need to take a little bit of a drink here every once in a while just to keep my mouth clear. And right around the holidays, I noticed they sold sports cards. Not a lot. They're not a huge vendor like a Target, a retail vendor like a Target or a Walmart. Um, but they had a couple football, couple baseball, couple basketball, and a few other anywhere from say 8 to 12 products in stock at all time. Like other retail vendors and online vendors, if they put any good products up, they just sell out instantly. There was a point at which they put up WNBA Prizm when I was actively looking for it. I usually check once or twice a day to see if they've got any new product out there. Well, they restocked it once while I wasn't paying attention, and it was gone before I could buy any because their price was like $29.99, and the cheapest anywhere else is $34.99. Any hot products that Menards has, it's spelled Menards, will sell out just like any other online retailer because people find them, people know about it. I also know, I mean, bots are really the biggest problem when it comes to buying cards. Humans cannot be as fast as bots. So if you've got bots checking 100 different sites that stock stuff, they're going to nab this stuff up at a price before anyone can get it. And I would really love these retailers to find ways to circumvent bots and make sure people are actually getting it. I think it would make the hobby a lot better. That's another topic altogether. But one of the other things that Menards does is they'll get a product like this and they'll price it at retail. These were $50 at Menards when they first came out, which is still below the $60 retail mark. And they will sit on that product at that price for a couple months. Then, if it's not moving as quickly as they'd like, they'll just start to kind of drop it every 2 to 4 weeks. So this product started at $49.99, then went to $39.99. I've been watching this over the course of the last few months. Then I think it went to maybe $44.99, and about 4 to 6 weeks ago it went to $34.99. One of the other things that Menards does is they have what's called they have an 11% mail-in rebate, me, mail-in rebate that can be used in store to get essentially whatever you buy, you get 11% back in store credit. It's kind of like Kohl's Cash if you're familiar with Kohl's. Um, and so not only with that 34.99 price mark did they have a good price. 34.99 is the lowest anywhere online at that time. They had the 11% rebate at that time. And I said, you know what? Let me watch this for a while. And the other thing Menards does is if you actually click on the product, it will tell you how many of these they have in their warehouse. So this product, when it went to $35.99 with the 11% rebate, it essentially maybe it was $33.99, whatever it was. It after rebate, it came to $29.99. Um, and you could watch this start in the 1700s and eventually, hey guys, hey Stuff Geeks Rips, thanks for joining. I'm kind of talking through how I got these at the price I got them through here. Um, so these were at 29.99, and I said I'm gonna watch this stock go, and it went from 1,800 to 1,700, and it was a really slow trickle of people buying these. And I said, you know what, they're gonna drop the price on this again, so I'm gonna wait. Sure enough, last week they dropped these to 22.49 and 11% rebate, so the end price was 19.99 for a $60 retail product. And I said, yep, I'm going for it. So I nabbed a case of 20. So I have a whole case of this. First time I've ever bought a case of anything. It cost me $4.75, and the rebate I got $45 back in store credit. So out of pocket, I'm about $430 on this case. And at that price, you get an auto per box plus two numbered cards plus 12 pink prisms. Like there's a really good chance to just make your money back alone on that stuff. Plus there's great autos and other stuff to get here. So that's how I found these. Now, like I said, if you go back and watch the beginning, if you're kind of watching this as a video, Menards doesn't. If it's a good product, it's going to sell out anyways. But there's stuff they have out there right now, like NBA Prism, that they're eventually going to walk down that price. And if you just keep an eye on it, you might be able to nab it at when they fire sell it at the end, you might be able to nab it at that price. So I would add Menards, Menards, to the list of sites you watch. Hey, Team Smith Rips, nice to see you guys join. Add Menards to your list of sites you watch and just wait to see if they drop products like this at the end. And they will always do it when they get like below 500 inventory and just fire sale the rest of it. And they'll ship anywhere in the country. So add that to your list of sites you watch because that's how I got these for 22.49. And I'm going to do a half case today. The only other person I have seen do any of these in quantity is Western Cards New York. So if you know who he is, he has a very big channel. I think he's been doing it for over a year. Lots of subs. He's doing whatnot now. He opened a case of this. Every other video I can find, there's people generally opening onesie twosies. So it's gonna be really cool to see what's in a whole case. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and let's see what we get. So again, you're gonna get an auto or panini points. It's generally gonna be an auto, but I'm guessing when we do 10 today, I'm gonna get one or two that have panini points. Um, you get two numbered cards per box as well. So auto, two numbered cards, and you get 12 pink prisms. So these are really a great deal at 22.49. So let's see how well we can do here, and let's get cracking some packs. 10 boxes to go, so it's going to take me a while, and I don't even know where I'm going to source all these cards. The other thing I'll add is if you guys see anything today, I need to get rid of some cards, especially bulk stuff. So if you've got um, teams that you like, cards that you see here, like I'm willing to, kind of throw together a package of 25 or 50 cards from the teams you like and, $10 ship just to kind of get it off my hands and get you a good deal too. So if you see anything you like here, or you're just interested in a certain team, shoot me a chat either in comments on YouTube, chat here, or our email address, which is dad and daughters plural collectibles at gmail.com. Same as our channel name. And I'm happy to just get rid of some stuff because uh, I bought too much stuff, and my wife's like, "Where are you going to put all this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We'll figure it out." So here we go. Jimmy Rollins is the base setup. You know what? I'm gonna have one other thing. WNBA WNBA Select and Prism Select specifically. I don't want to say it had problems with production, but the cards are almost like whitewash sometimes. And like Select Baseball and Select Prism, these cards are just pop. They have great color, really pretty good production quality. I'm not sure what happened with WNBA, like if they just didn't do it as well, but whatever they're doing with baseball, they need to do to the rest of their product. So Pedroia, Everson Pereira, first insert Jet Williams for the Mets. Fergie Jenkins on a green that is not numbered. Giovanni Rodriguez is our first pink. Vlad Guerrero on the pink. The second pink, Jacob Wilson and Adrian Santana. Yeah, it's just so many boxes of bulk. Same. So like I got to figure out a way to get rid of some bulk as well. So one of the things I'm doing is I saw some other channel when I first started collecting do this. So I have like little giveaway bags for Halloween. So I've just got like little like packs of 25 cards and baggies that I'm just going to give out at Halloween. I've got a bunch of those already to go for next Halloween. Kyle Harrison, Luis Matos. Let me hold these a little flatter. Dalton Rushing, Bernie Williams, top tier insert of Ricky Tiedemann, a silver of Xavier Isaac. It makes a little space here. Oh, here's so again, so unlicensed. What is there to say about it, and what do I know about it? Lots of veterans, so you got like a Vlad Guerrero. Vlad Guerrero doesn't have as big of a following, say, as Griffey. So like this card is probably going to be a tough sale for even a cheap eBay auction of like 25 cents. Griffey has a following, so a pink Griffey like this, I can probably get rid of for somewhere between $1 and $2 plus shipping on eBay. So that's you always want to get those big name parallels of good names like that. Mitch Jebb, Pete Crow Armstrong, Landsberg. Yeah, library could be a good option as well. I've not looked into that, but I know, a lot of kids don't get a chance to collect, right? It's an expensive hobby at this point. And I thought that was a great idea just to get rid of some of my bulk. And there's gonna be some, if someone's like, "Can I have two or three?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead, take them." And I usually try to put like a decent player on the front, so it's not like just straight bulk. You might get uh, a Bryce Harper or because even like a Bryce Harper Heritage base is only like a 25 or 50 cent card. I can't I can't sell every 25 cent card I have, right? Even for good players. Yuri Perez, Max Muncy, Bruce Bochy. Could go my rest of my life without seeing a Bruce Bochy card. Ty Cobb, silver. All right, and so here we get into our numbered cards. Here's our first one. This is the orange Pulsar, and this is for Francisco Alvarez for the Mets. So that's a nice color match. 283 out of 399. So you get two pulsars. Orange is the most common, but you can get different colors as well that are different numbered as well. Lazaro Montez, Hurston Waldrop, Jacob Wiggins, and Colin Houck. Three more packs to go in our first box. Yeah, I mean, if you guys come up with anything, that'd be great. Like, I don't want to just dump and run on somebody, but at the same time, like anyone who would want it, would love to find a way to get rid of it in a meaningful way. Frank Thomas, Eddie Matthews, Ryan Clifford, Luis Baez, fireworks. These are really cool if you get a Pulsar fireworks. Really, with the fireworks, really is a nice insert. Johnny Farmello, Eric Davis in a silver. Colt Keith, rookie, in the pink. That's not bad. Jeff Bagwell in the pink. Reggie Crawford and Arjun Nimala. The other thing is I should get case hits in here. So instant impact, maybe a color blast. I don't think color blasts are case hits, but we can get them out of here. And I think tiger prisms are in here. So the tiger stripes on the end. So we'll see if we get that today or if it's going to be in a future video. Chipper Jones, Luke Little. Here's going to be our auto. Let me move that to. Oh no, that's a prismatic. Never mind. Reggie Jackson, Olivia. So here's a cool one too. Olivia Pachardo is in here. She is a college pitcher. Brown University walk on. So female pitcher pitching in college. She at least pitched one game because she got a card out of it. So cool to see that. Prismatic of Enrique Bradfield, Leo DeVries silver, Ted Simmons pink, Lou Brock pink, Moises Ballesteros, and Cedane Rafaela. All right, last pack should have an auto or panini points. Let's see if we start with an auto or points. Aaron Judge on the front. It's going to be an auto, cool, and a numbered card. Justin Crawford, Kyle Manzardo. Let's skip here, get our rest of our base. Sean Sullivan, Carson Roccaforte, Jim Leland Silver. Again, managers, not the favorite. Oh, so this is what I was talking about. So these firework pulsars are awesome. With the firework background and the different you can see the pulsar there in the light, like that is a super cool insert. Like collecting the firework orange pulsars is probably a fun set to collect, and that is of Luis Angel Cunha. Owen Classe, Austin Wells, and our first auto. Let's see if we can start with a good one. Let's see if I can recognize N. Cruz. Nick, oh, nope, not even close. Nick Gonzalez for the Pirates. Hey, Stuff Geeks Rips. A Pirates card to start us out. Is this guy any good? Should I hold on to it? Is our first auto? All right. Box number two of this case. I have a lot of trash to pick up after this too. I've never done 10 megas in an opening before. I think the most I've ever done is like five blasters. So, all right, first auto down into box two. Thanks for guys. Thanks for joining, guys, on a middle of the day Sunday. It's not easy to do. I worked concessions to raise money for my girls' dance tuition for the last uh 2 shifts yesterday and today, 13 hours total. So I was like, my reward is I'm gonna do a live stream and I'm gonna open some cards. Dustin Harris, Jordan Lawler, Dwight Gooden, Chase Davis, two silvers, Ryan Braun, and Tyler Soderstrom, two silvers in that pack. Josh Knopf, Miles Naylor, John Suk Chim, and Ben Rice. Yeah, there are some people who don't like Panini. I get that. Not like the whole company, and somebody was posting on Stuff Geeks Rips about they don't post the odds, all the correct odds on their packs, and they should, right? There's no excuse for that. I don't like I like competition. I'll tell you a story. I stopped playing. I'm gonna not I'll call out any good cards as I keep going through here, but I'll tell this little story. So when I was in college and even after college, I played Madden football a lot. And I will tell you the exact moment in time I quit playing Madden was in 2000, Madden 2004. And there was a glitch in the game that caused me to lose a game. And I didn't get mad about it. I just said, this is making me frustrated. I'm not going to play this anymore. And then they got the exclusive license. 2K5 was a competitor of theirs. They got the exclusive license. And then the next time I played Madden, I felt like I was playing the same game like 10 years later. And I'm like, they don't have competition. They're not improving their product because they don't have to. And a lot of people will say that year to year that it's more or less just roster updates. And like I don't like that. And Tops, already people have complained about some of their rising prices this year, and if they're the only ones that has any of the big three, I just don't like that conceptually. So while Panini is not a perfect company, I just don't like the idea of one company having all three. And the other thing is people complain about some of Panini's production quality, but like if you've opened Heritage or if you watch Triple Threads from last year, like a lot of those cards are really dinged up. Heritage has like the cut marks on them. I mean, Tops is no saint in the production area either. So again, I'd like to see some competition there. We got a green Heston Kjerstad, Noah Schultz in our orange pulsar to 399. Ian Kinsler, Sebastian Walcott, Bagwell, and Mitch Jebb. We of course are looking for things like Churio, Skenes. I would love to get an awesome Churio out of this. Skenes obviously as well. Colton Cowser, Fireworks, Gino Gruber. Eric Gagne in a silver, Tony Oliva pink, Ben Rice pink. Might be a card that sells for a little bit. Lou Brock, Jose Reyes. Already got a giant stack of base over here. Might be able to complete the set after this. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All the damage cards out of Heritage. I mean, there are some, like I said, I didn't open any threads. Like that was like a $600 product, but like there are people saying that you can't even send a lot of those cards into grade because they're so dinged up that they're just like you're spending $600. You should be getting stuff that's at least PSA 9. You should not have issues. Is that no auto in here. That's another prismatic. Robin Yount for the Brewers there. Moved up that a little bit. Pete Crow Armstrong Prismatic, George Lombard in the green, Tomei on the pink, Fergie Jenkins on the pink, Carlton Fisk, and Bobby Witt Jr. So it's weird. They also have these weird veterans that show up, like Bobby Witt, and like they're part of Panini, but they're not part of like the MLB license. I don't know how that all works. So oh cool, we got a second auto. So I'm missing out on the Panini points. So I'm in Wisconsin, so everything Brewers is anything Wisconsin is our team generally. And that's kind of who I grew up with. So Enrique Bradfield, here's a Kyle Teal, Orange Pulsar to 399. Orlando Cepeda. Oh, see, like a Mickey Mantle pink, that'll probably sell for a couple bucks, right? And helps you get that money back on these cards. Mickey Mantle pink. Our second auto is Mason Wynn, and I believe he's playing. So he's got an interesting auto too. Don't mind that. Better than initials. Second auto, Mason Wynn. So we got Nick Gonzalez as our first, and Mason Wynn as our second. Doing pretty okay so far. Let me turn around and get our next one. So yeah, anything Wisconsin, Packers, Brewers, Wisconsin Badgers, Milwaukee Bucks. It was awesome when the Bucks won the championship. Like we kind of had given up hope on that, especially as a lot of the league had gone to big markets and getting Giannis and kind of pulling that off a few years ago. Great. Packers have been good for my whole life, which uh, prior the 20 years prior to that were awful. So it's nice to have that. The Brewers have been consistently good. The Badgers in basketball and football have been pretty consistently good. Would love to see the Badgers break through in one of those, and actually, I would love to see them just make the college football playoff. But right now, they're kind of on a downfall, so we'll see. All right, third mega A Rod Killebrew. There's a Dylan Cruz, so he's in here. He's one of the guys to pull, especially if we can get a parallel. Jacob looks like a Brewer. Mizorowski on top tier. Willie McCovey Silver. Felix Hernandez and Brandon Sproat on the pinks. Junior Caminero, another rookie in here, and Tom Seaver. Eckersley, Wainwright, Meyer, Clemente, Fireworks, Adam, Aiden Miller, Silver of Adele Mador, Mel Ott, pink, Andrew Jones, pink, Andre Dawson, and Gary Sheffield. A lot of support for Andrew Jones. I've seen videos of late. Just making his Hall of Fame case. I think he's the dad of Drew Jones, so his name gets thrown out a lot. Got another green or orange pulsar coming up here. That's a great name. Cool Papa Bell. Didn't know about that guy. I'm gonna have to learn about him. Homestead was his team. I wonder if that's a Negro League player. That's my guess. I'll have to look into him. Johnny Farmello. There's Drew Jones. I just mentioned Andrew Jones. I think that's his kid. Mel Ott, Orange Pulsar. Scott Rowland, Jet Williams on the pinks. Guidry, River Ryan, Buster Posey. Pretty pretty sure you can pick up the pattern pretty easily if you go through these three boxes so far. Jordan Lawler, there's silver. Seem to get a prismatic in the third one. Tink Hence, Drew Hackenberg on the pinks. Brandon Sproat, Andrew Jones. Get a. Seems like the third pack you get the pulsar, and then in the last pack you get a pulsar and an auto. At least that's kind of how it's queued up here. Homer Bush, Hype, Brooks Lee, Rafael Palmero Silver, Jay Buhner, and Papelbon on the pinks. Last pack. So again, we should be getting ready for a orange and another auto. So we are 3 for 3 on autos and missing out on those Panini points, which is great. Ricky Tiedemann. Here's a prismatic Evan Carter to 399. Again, you can super cool that pulsar when you get the light right, and they can see there. That's pretty neat. Mike Piazza. Let's go to the back. Miles Taylor. There's Mike Piazza, Braden Taylor, and our auto is don't know this guy. Marwis Jorge or George. Kansas City. Guessing it's a pitcher. Doesn't say. So Kansas City pitcher for our third auto. Let's get into our fourth box. We're going to do the rest of these probably as videos, so we've got content since we got such a good price on them. So we'll probably do these in batches of three going forward. Got some more WNBA coming. I got a heads up that there were the hangers back in stock at Target, so I picked up some of those for this week, and then we already have some videos queued up for this week. So we've got some good stuff coming, and then after that, we'll see. We've been talking about it with some of the people on Stuff Geeks, and as well as a few other people who commented on the channel about just how hard it's been to find product lately. And then there are times we got a blue pulsar here, very cool. So let's move that one. Do the pinks first. Jacob Gonzalez. Blue pulsar will be lower than 399. I know that. We'll look at that one. Mason Wynn, Brooks Robinson, Tony Gwynn, Rafael Palmeiro, Owen White, Adam Dunn. We got a green Ben Rice, so that might be something. And then we've got Carlos Beltran on the Mets color match. He's making to 75. 71 to 75. You can see that. There it is. Nice Carlos Beltran. A lot of people talking about him almost certainly making the Hall of Fame at some point. So, and a nice blue Mets color match. So maybe a few dollars back there. Ben Rice on the green. About just being hard to find product. And what I would say to that in general too is not only is it hard to find product, but then when I'm out and I actually find something, I feel like, well, I better buy it because I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. So while we're managing our budget okay, I also don't like to be in that position of like, you know, I'd like to save for another week before I buy anything, but if I wait another week, I may not be able to find anything, right? I don't like that added pressure of it. So got another orange in this one. So again, our orange seems to be in our third pack. So that blue was just an extra parallel, which is great. Pete Rose in the orange. That might be a few dollars for 399. Willie Mays and Emerson Hancock in the pinks. And I missed our Adam Dunn silver. I'd like to, it'd just be nice if everything was just available and I could pick what I wanted. So, but I know that's not going to be the case, and I shouldn't expect that given the way the market is. And the collectors wanting stuff. I mean, everybody I think feels that same way. The other thing is like I would love to buy more football. First off, it's really hard to find. And then the other thing is, I don't know how it's been for you guys, but like football's been super volatile to us. Like it's such a boomer bust. It just feels so inconsistent football. Whereas like baseball is generally like, hey, if I buy a $30 box, my low end is like 10, and then my high end might be 50 to 75 unless I hit something really great. Whereas football, it's like $35 blaster. It's like $5 or 2,000, right? It's like, I would love to eliminate the $5 box just because you just get nothing back. Carson Williams, a green Bucky Dent. Nice Ernie Banks. Maybe give that one to my dad because he's an Ernie Banks fan, and Jace Jung on the pink. Last pack of this box. This is our fourth box. Will we get 4 for 4 autos, or will we hit Panini points? We've got Panini points. 250 I saw, so I'll put that off to the side. So it's our first Panini points. Maybe we get we got a 20 win silver, maybe a good, a nice color match. Jordan Westberg on our to 399. It's 250 Panini points. We'll put that off to the side. Ty Madden, Chase Hampton on our bank. So I fully expected out of the 20 to get, I don't know, probably 3 boxes with Panini points based on what I've seen. So, and I've never had Panini points for, so we'll hold on to those and see what we can get with them. I know they have um, generally autos they'll put up every once in a while that you can redeem points with. But they also will occasionally do like special packs that you can buy with them. So who knows? Maybe I'll save up a bunch. I'm going to move this stack of base off to the side here. Here's our first. This is our first stack of base so far. So yeah, maybe I can put together the set, or who knows? Or else I've got got some stuff to give away if you're looking for any. All right, on to our fifth box. So we'll see if we get any additional parallels in this one. Here's our base, fireworks, Acuna, silver, and then we got our two pinks. Starlin Kaba, I believe, is a good prospect for the Phillies. Excuse me. Looks like a prismatic. We got Kirby Puckett, Santana, Gruber, Gonzalez, Leo DeBreeze, Prismatic, Brandon Maea. Haven't got a Skenes yet. Thomas White and Bryce Eldridge. No Cheerios yet either. I would say we're due. We are due for one of them. How about a big one too? Pujols, Roman Anthony, Mauer, James Wood, another chase in here. Jonathan Papelbon on the Pulsar, Torrey Hunter, McGonigal. We've got Shanuel, Feller, Salmon. As a kid, I really liked Tim Salmon. He's one of the, you know, it's from a hobby perspective. He's just not a guy who's a big name, going to get collected a lot, but just a good, solid player. Stuck with one team, I think, his whole career. Just the hobby's brutal on values and evaluations of people. So, Owen White. Oh, there's a Caminero. See that one up. Any rookie pinks will have a little bit of value. Two to go. Can we find a Churio or a Skenes in our first five boxes? Jackie Robinson's in here. That's cool. Jordan Lawler, top tier. Mark Burley, green. Yanquil Fernandez and Tom Seaver. And let's see if we get an autograph in our fifth box. Looks like we did. So 4 for 5 on autos. Not bad. See if we can get a big one. We're due for a big one here. Westberg hype. Sebastian Walcott. Cool color match on that one with the Mets. Is it the Mets? No, Texas. He's on Texas. I looked like the Mets. I thought the gear was orange in addition to. All right. Fourth auto. Jose Salas for Minnesota. Don't know anything about him. We do a quick recap. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could go through here. Again, here's our stack of pinks through 5 boxes. It's like you get 1 or 2 greens per box, lots of silvers. But I will show off. These are probably the best ones so far. We got the Caminero Pink, Carlos Beltran to 75, and our 4 autos so far. Mason Wynn, Nick Gonzalez, Marwis Jorge, and Jose Salas. All right, halfway through this rip, quarter of the way through the case. Sweet, good to know. We will, again, these are the base hypes, or I'm sorry, the base oranges look good, but a lot of these just the inserts with the pulsar just really pop and stand out. All right, here we go. Oh, Westberg was a silver too. Missed that one. We are on box 6 into the second half of this rip. So Jackie Robinson, Shim, Geloff, and Arias. Still no Churio, no Skenes. They're not going to give me many of them. They could at least give me some good ones. How about that? Mauricio on the prismatic, Randy Johnson on the silver, Heston Kierstead, and Cam Collier. So we should get a Pulsar in here, orange. There it is. Soderstrom, Lowell, Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan parallels generally sell well. The Mickey Mantle, like I mentioned earlier, usually does as well. Termar Johnson to 399. Max Anders. There's this pink Skenes. There we go. There's one we're looking for. I haven't checked in a while. These were 30-ish dollars at one point. Even if it's gone down to 20, that's a nice. I mean, that one pays for the box. It is slightly off center, left to right. I would not mind getting something graded from here, but I'm very picky about what I grade. So we'll see. We'll take a closer look at that one later. So great. Great to get a pink Skenes. Like I said, if they're not going to give us many, at least give us parallels. Dylan Cruz hype. Brock Radenberg, Silk, Don Sutton, Brock Porter. Top tier Pete Crow Armstrong, Eddie Murray Silver, Robert Hassel, and Chase Dollander. Last pack. Let's see if we get another auto or Panini points. We got an auto, and there is our numbered card as well. An orange. Cal Ripken sell really well, so would not mind that. There's a silver Clemmy, Pedro Martinez, and the orange Pulsar, 399. Galarraga, Barry Larkin, and our fifth auto out of six is Edward Julian for Minnesota. Position player looks like. All right, on to box seven. Nothing earth shattering so far. Again, chance of color blast, instant impacts are case hits. I believe we should get a Tiger Prism out of here as well. I believe Tigers are in here. I could be wrong, but I know I've seen Tiger Baseball players for the Prism, so I believe they're in here. Tigers, right? All right, we've got a green Pulsar. It's going to be a numbered, an additional numbered card in addition to the oranges. Piazza. We'll do that one last. Ichiro in the pink for the Mariners. Evan Carter. Miles Naylor for Oakland. Nice color match. And wow, how about a numbered Skenes? How about a numbered Skenes to 25, folks? Wow. Pops with the prismatic. That is a sweet one. That might be the hit of the day. Paul Skenes to 25. It's no Team Smith rips, that's for sure. no, no bobblehead to five, but that is a great one. So, like I said, so no base Skenes yet, but pink and prismatic to 25 on the Skenes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So again, unlicensed for $60, pretty rough, right? For 22 bucks, getting a Skenes to 25, we'll take that every single time. Ty Pete. Now, can we get a Churio too? Morales, Tommy Troy, Tommy Lasorda. Two Tommies in the pinks. What are the odds, huh? Tommy. Yeah, thanks. That's my first really good Skenes, I would say. I've had best I think I've had before that was a Chrome Topps Chrome Update Ray Wave, which is about a $20 card, and then I got the green Heritage High number green border, which again not numbered. Now I sold that one for about 20 bucks too. All right, we'll go back to that. We got Charles Chase Petty, and who is our? We got New York Judge Spencer Jones to 399. I wish the only thing I wish for this scheme, so like this one, again, you can't see the P on his hat, but they do a pretty good job of, you can't see the front of the jersey. You can barely tell this is unlicensed, whereas this one, because of the missing pirate there, it's a little more obvious that it's unlicensed, but still. Skenes to 25 is a winner. All right. Got. Oh, I missed another silver in there. Missing all these silvers. I have to go through at the end to make sure I got them all. Mick Abel, Edgar Martinez, Tom Glavine, Pink, and Grant Taylor. Let me take a little sip. All right. With this box seven, so I got three more to go after this. I feel like I should just rip them all, huh? Gotta save some for the week, though. Jim Rice on the back. Luke Keikel, I believe, on the fireworks. Tim Salmon on the silver. Harry Ford, Jose De Paula on the pinks. All right, let's see if we get another auto. All these have been the sensational signatures too. If you go watch Western Cards New York, it is another auto. Great. He got a Hall of Fame. He got a Greg Maddux to 10. Now, I'm not asking for a Greg Maddux to 10, but it'd be nice to get something else besides just the sensational signatures. So we'll see if we pull that off. Robbie Snelling, Tink Hence, top tier. I think he's a good prospect. Francisco Alvarez, Drew Jones in the pink. Might be the second one of those I got, or maybe I got him in the green. And our next auto, Sean Burke, pitcher. Again, all these autos are not bad. There's so many guys signed with just their initials now. Going through the Burke, Gonzalez, Salas, not bad autos. All right, three more boxes to go. Oop, got this guy in the wrong spot here. Let's see what we can do. First thing is, do I have the finger strength to open one of these boxes? I do not. Let us use some. Uh, I know I've been talking and I have been super busy, so I haven't had a chance to put my thoughts together, but I'll share them with you guys since you're out. In terms of like, if there's any chance for us to do like some sort of co-op for content creators of buying packs. So I would love to hear we got on the green, and that's to 25, I think, assuming that Skenes is to 25. So that has a shot at being a nice one. Let's get the pinks up front. Chipper Jones. Let me hold my thoughts until we get through this green here. Colorado, Knobloch, Kirby Puckett, and give me Milwaukee, Oakland. Oh, that's a color match though. Max Muncy. I know he's a name I've seen, and that should be to 25. 17 of 25. Max Muncy. The green pulsar. There are a couple things are really important to me if we try to do something. One is that uh it doesn't become a way for someone to make profit. Like the point of doing it is to make sure that where people are being fair to each other. A couple of the comments I've seen in my videos are, oh, I'd be willing to pay a little more. And I think there could be an option to do like tips or something like that. Like, hey, you did me a favor. I couldn't get this product. Here's a $15 tip for doing this for me. I think that makes sense, but I don't think it should be expected. And I also don't think there's a nice Ellie base. Yeah, no Churio base rookies even yet. So I really don't want it to be like part of someone's business model to like make money off of doing people a favor. Again, if people want to pay a little extra and tip somebody for that, great. I think the other thing is that it can't be the same people. If everybody wants optic, we got to have some. You know, if you got a hot product last time and people are having a struggle finding it, and somebody manages to get a hold of a few extra boxes, like the same person getting it each time also kind of sucks. So like, how do we create a system where if you got something good one time, you kind of move to the bottom of the list and then work your way back up. So again, some of my thoughts like around that and how could we pull it off. And I think we're all busy, so like I don't want it to be like super time consuming either. So it's a tough Starlin Kaba to 399 again. I know he's a rookie. I had one of his a nice Ellie too. I had one of his rookie selects sell for $5. It wasn't even numbered, so that might be a few dollars. And this Ellie will be nice. Okay, if I could sleeve a card. Show to me you're a collector without showing. You can't sleeve a card. There we go. That is a worthy of a sleeve for that Ellie. Yep, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? It can't be, you know, no markups. Again, someone wants to pay somebody a favor, great. But I think, that's really what we're all looking for, just the opportunity to get something. And like, there's times like a couple weeks ago where I saw heritage high number in stock, and then I'm seeing people post they've never seen it because it gets bought out. Like, I would love to be able to just, drop an extra couple $100, post that I have eight of them available in lots of two or whatever, and people just snap them up. And then part of the deal is then you've got to post a video on them. And if somebody doesn't come through on that, like they don't get to be in the circle of friends, right? Yeah, that's your thing. So not only can you not make profit on it, but you can't take advantage of other people as well. Like we're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts and taking our own time to do this. So like don't take advantage of that of us either. Someone putting in there because it's time to go down to the post office and ship that. And it's time to package it all up and everything. Look at this. This is a nice couple parallels in a row. Mason Wynn rookie too, but James Woods silver and the Aaron Judge pink. So where do we do, what's a platform where we can do that? Those are all questions I have. I've not had chance to look into it too much. But again, just kind of some thoughts I was having around it here. Let me sort my good stuff as we go forward. We are at the end of. I'd rather trade cards instead of yeah, sure. You can do that. Go that route too. Matt Shaw, Prismatic. Here's a nice Jordan Lawler rookie. Ty Floyd, Brooks Robinson. So I am still over on the Churio. I guess when it comes to just profitability, I'll take those two schemes though, so can't really complain. Be nice to get again a nice Churio for my PC. I don't have anything. Ooh, what is it? Oh, we got Panini points to get. Another 250. I've seen up to like 1900 out of these, so another 250. Missed an autograph on that one. So Recio Lofton. Hey, there's a base Skenes. Probably not worth sleeving, but hey. Juan Bin Cho. I got all those there. Let's see. We got Pedro in the pink and Jacob Mizrarovski. There's our silver Rhett Lauder. I know he's got a little bit of a following. I've sold a few of his tops parallels for the Reds. All right, no big case hits or anything yet. Everything we've seen, even the Skeens to 25, is I don't want to say standard fare, but it's um nothing out of the ordinary, right? This is kind of the standard experience. I would love to get a color blast, instant impact or case hits. Again, I think they have Tiger prisms in these, so given we're opening 10 of these today, I would love to try to get one of those in this live rip. Two boxes to go. Get these up a little for Eddie Matthews, Jackson. We got Owen Casey, top tier. Pete Rose, silver, way off center. Yuri Perez, Nolan Schammel. The other thing that I still am really amazed is with these modern products, just like, I don't know, I hesitate to say they do it on purpose, but like, hey, finally, a Jackson Churio. How hard it is to pull a card that is PSA 10 potential. Like, here's this whole pack is probably going to be off center. I can already tell. And generally these all get kind of printed together. So like left to right, this whole pack is already like, nope. It's like, yeah, we're not going to grade any of these cards, right? And so here's a way off center silver again. So the Pete Rose was like that. So that's probably part of the same collation. Like, this whole set of cards is essentially not grade worthy, right? That whole pack. Just I think people see a lot of PSA 10s out there and think it's just easy to do. Like go open packs of cards and just look, just to get any base card and just look. Is it centered? Does it have good corners? Does it have good edges? And you will find more often than not that you're missing one of those things. Tommy Troy on that. Jay Buhner on the green. I'm sorry. Jay Buhner on the orange. Max Muncy, Jose Perdermo, pinks. Three more to go in this box. Again, I'm a super picky grader. You guys, if you watch my grading video, you saw, I've only sent in four, and now there's seven more there. Like all the cards I've opened, like pretty picky about what I send in. Prismatic, Mark McGuire, Silver, Frank Thomas. So like Frank Thomas is a market, so this might sell a little bit. And actually, this one is one of the better centered ones I've seen. So that is a candidate for grading. It's really funny too, because I'll see videos about pink parallels, and there'll be people who are like, I hate pink parallels. Why do they print pink parallels? We're guys who collect. Why is pink one of the parallels? And then I'll watch other videos, and it's not a woman, it'll be a guy, and they'll be like, pink's my favorite, right? It's one of those things. It's all taste. If you don't like the pinks, trade them. If you like the pinks, collect them. No reason to get all up in arms about what color parallels they print. Bryce Matthews. Oh, Roman Anthony, I know, is somebody who is sought after. I think he is a Red Sox. He might be their top prospect. Let's sleeve up that silver. Last pack, box nine. Looks like we do have an auto and not points this time, which is great. Oh, almost revealed it. Kind of did. Oh, a fireworks parallel too. Hopefully that's a good one. Anderson. Perdomo. Let's see. Silver Joe Mauer. Fireworks. Oh, look at that. Nice. Just mentioned that he was collectible. And then again, did I have one of these already? These fireworks with the pulsar. Just really, really good looking cards. And that's a Roman Anthony for the Red Sox. Eddie Matthews, Greg Maddux pink, and our two Panini points. Nice. So this will be our seventh auto. Kai Bush for the White Sox. All right. Might be our last box here for this rip. We'll see how it goes. Wouldn't mind ending on something good, so maybe I'll keep going a little bit further. But this will be a half case break right here after this box. I wonder how close I am to the complete base set. I got two big stacks. And it's a 300 card base set, I believe, and I've got two very big stacks of base. We end on point. I don't want to end on points, so if we get points here, I might rip another one. We'll see. All right, we've got our base, Papelbon green, Jimmy Rollins, and Mike Lowell pinks. Might be able to get a whole set of the pinks in it. Well, it'd be two. I get 212. I get 240 pinks. So impossible to get the whole set. And there's silver, Beltran, Mike Schmidt. First time I've seen Mike Schmidt, I think. Jace Jung fireworks. Nolan Schultz silver. Safara Xavier Isaac on the pinks. Should have an orange. We do. See if we can get a big orange here. Charlie Soto, Minnesota. Walker Martin, Colton Ledbetter. Silver David Freeze. Stacks are getting big and I'm bumping into them. They might just fall over. Prismatic Jacob Wilson. I know he is, I think, the A's top prospect. JD Gonzalez, Kyle Harrison, Kemp Goldman. Got green. Let's see what we got here. Carson, Rockefort, Suarez, Perez, Bochy, Mattingly, Hype, Justin Crawford, Green, Dustin Harris, Pujols, and Aiden Miller on the pinks. Last one. So let's see if we get points or an auto here. Did get an auto, so let's see if we can end on a nice auto. Gino Groover Silver, Tim Salmon, who I've now he's showing up all over since I mentioned he was my favorite player as a kid, so we'll keep that one for a while. All right, last auto. This is different. Adam Wainwright. So this is a veteran auto. Not sure what the series is, but this is all the other ones have been sensational signatures, and this is it's Panini. It's a great shot of him because again, you can basically not tell that it's licensed besides a bit of the logo missing there. So Wainwright on which I would say like is this like a legend auto or something along those lines. So we definitely got a different auto at the end, which is great. All right, let's do a recap of the best here. All right, stacks of base I'm not going to show. We got 250 Panini points. We'll start with that. We got this stack of silvers. These are all silvers. I'll go through and see if any of those are eBay worthy. Same with this stack of pinks. That's twice. Excuse me, let me drink real quick. Gigantic stack of pinks. This should be 120 based on my math. Pulled a few of them out because I'll highlight those because those are some of the better ones. Looks like how many greens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you get like 1.5 greens per box. So a stack of greens. These are all the different inserts here, non-numbered inserts. A lot of good players in there. And then we'll do the autos. Adam Wainwright, we closed with, so a cool veteran. These are all of our sensational signatures. These should all be rookies and prospects. No case hits yet, and no, um, that's base. Silvers. No case hits, and again, I think I should get an instant impact or maybe a color blast as well. So that should all be upcoming. Base Churio and Skenes, because those are kind of the guys I'm looking for in the base. Roman Anthony and James Wood Silver. Frank Thomas, obviously the Skenes is a really nice one. Caminero, Judge, Ellie, and the pink. Roman Anthony, Fireworks to 399. Max Muncy to 25 on the color match. We'll do the Skenes at the end. Beltron to 75 for the Mets. And this is the hit of the day. Skenes Prismatic Pulsar, Green Pulsar to 25. Looks really sharp with the Prismatic. Um, 18 to 25 on the numbering. My first low numbered Skenes. So we will see what we're going to do with it. It looks pretty well. Yeah, it looks pretty well centered. I'll take a closer look. Left to right here looks pretty good though. Yeah, we'll take a closer look and see if maybe it's worth getting graded. Who knows? I do think I'm going to call it there though, because we got the second half of the case to go. Again, planning on doing those in groups of three, and then I'll have one for shorts. So if you want to see the rest of this case ripped, give us if you've found this video, give us a like and sub. I know the folks in chat are already subs, so I appreciate you guys being here and chatting with me while I was doing this. And then the rest of this will be open, and you'll get to see kind of the full case experience. So I think this will be the second person to have a full case of this out there. And again, where did I get this? Menards. What did I say at the beginning? Uh, if they have anything that's good and a hot product, it sells out basically just as fast as anywhere else. What they are really awesome for is products they want to get rid of stuff after 3, 4, 5 months. As their inventory starts to go down, they'll start to fire sale it, and that's what happened here. These were again out of pocket, about $21 a box. You can't beat it. You get the autos, you get parallels. Again, they aren't going to sell as well as the tops, but all that adds up. You start nickel and diming, dollar here, dollar there, $3 here, $4 there. You get a couple of the big low numbered cards. And suddenly you easily, well, I'm not gonna say you easily make your money back. You certainly get close to making your money back. You get some stuff you want to hold on to. It's not always about selling everything. It's about collecting what you want and also getting recouping some of that money so that we can keep doing this. And I think that's what all of us are trying to do. So add Menards to your places of list sites to check. And again, particularly watch those products that hang out there for a while because they eventually start marking them down. And it's a great way to get product for cheap. So check them out. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Give a like and subscribe on the video if you've made it this far. Tell me what was your favorite card of the hits of the break. And we've got more content coming this week, so I will see you guys in videos this week. Thank ya. Have a great rest.